What's up, YouTube? It's Drew, Lefty NDV. This is going to be my official 2014 Cleveland National Autographs recap. I got a lot of stuff signed. I'm going to fly through some of the lesser guys and take a little bit more time with some of the better stuff. Just going to start out with a couple baseballs. There was a lot of free guys that I did this year just because they had cool inscriptions they could do, so I'm going to start there. This one got kind of smudged, but I think I can fix it with an eraser. This is a Lim Barker, perfect game, 5/15/81. Really cool Lim Barker there. I think I actually didn't wait in that line. My buddy Mike, you guys that met Mike, that were at the show, got him for me while I got another guy. Because at 5 o'clock on, about 4 o'clock on Sunday, to say I was ready to go home was an understatement, and the last thing I wanted to do was wait in the VIP lines with all the crazy people again. So yeah, moving on. Next one I got is this Jeff Burrows, 74 AL MVP. Played for the Braves, so had to get that one. Let's see, this one's really cool. I love nicknames on baseballs. This is Mike Hargrove, Human Rain Delay. Really love that one. Turned out perfect, just like I wanted. Let's see. This guy was really cool. Howard Johnson, Hojo. Again, nickname. Really cool. Even gave me the number down there. He was also free for the VIP. Let's see. Where to go from there? This one's really cool. Tom Browning. This was like the longest line of my life. I mean, I feel like I could have wrote every ride at Six Flags and the time it took me to get this Tom Browning autograph. So this is a treasured piece of my collection. Perfect game, 9/16/88. And then this guy was just an absolute swole monster. I would have thought this guy was like 29 years old. Joe Charbonneau, 1980 AL Rookie of the Year. This guy had the biggest pair of guns I've ever seen. I feel like he could give Chuck Norris a run for his money. That's pretty much all the free guys. Well, let's see, this one is free too. Let me show this one off. I don't do mini helmet. Well, I don't have many helmets, but Billy Sims was a really nice guy. Took forever signing, so that was cool. I just got him because he won a Heisman. And if you pass up an autograph of a free Heisman Trophy winner, then I really question what you're doing in this hobby. Let's see, moving on from there. Me, Mike, and Matt, partly Cloudy, were just walking around past the TriStar booth, and I'm like, hey, that's Stock Gooden over there. And as I'm sure you've already heard from Matt, I paid $20 for the baseball and got the Gooden autograph for free, basically. And he felt the need to write Cy Young instead of just Cy, which I really appreciate that. Doc Gooden was a really cool guy. I didn't get him last year at the National, so I was really happy to get him this year. Very cool. And Matt said he was a Braves fan growing up, so that's pretty cool as well. Let's see, moving on from there. Let's mix it up. At the Dale Murphy VIP thing, there were about 3 million people in line. However, I was lucky enough to get 3 pieces thanks to Mike and a little bit of luck. So I got this baseball. He wasn't doing any inscriptions, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain. It was a free autograph. So that one turned out perfect. I've met Murphy before. He's literally the nicest guy on the face of the earth. And then I did this bobblehead. First bobblehead autograph. As I dropped the bat. Turned out pretty good. First time I'd used that pen. And first time I had ever got a bobblehead signed. So that turned out really cool. Let's see what to do from there. Oh, 2 more free guys. Forgot about that. Al Oliver, who after looking at his stats was pretty much a borderline Hall of Famer. The guy had like 2,800 hits, hit over 300 in his career, 7-time All-Star, really nice guy. Let's see. Also, Andy Van Slyke, who, as Mike said, you would love to have him on your side in a bar fight. This guy just looked like just a badass. I don't know. Andy Van Slyke, 5-time Gold Glove. A la robbed by Otis Nixon, the catch, I believe. Andy Van Slyke, pretty cool. Got this on a Gold Glove ball because it was about the coolest thing he had to inscribe. Let's see, now coming into some of the better stuff that I got done. Let's see. I'll go with this one. Greatest manager in Braves history and probably top 5 or 6 all time. Mr. Bobby Cox. This is a really good Bobby Cox autograph. I've seen a lot of other ones that are really terrible, especially like free events where he just writes Bo Cox. But this one is the whole Bobby Cox 6, and I got him to inscribe Hall of Fame 2014. He was really cool, even though the TriStar guy was a complete jackass and was trying to talk to him while he was signing my autograph, and luckily Bobby just like kind of ignored the guy and, you know, told me thanks for coming, which, you know, I really appreciate that kind of stuff. Let's see, one of the other Hall of Famers I got, Rod Carew, Hall of Fame 91. Rod Carew looked like the guy from The Matrix, the guy that has the little circle sunglasses on all the time. Don't know his name, but that's who he looked like. Mr. Carew is pretty cool. Didn't really say anything, but it's better than what Pete Rose told me, which I'll get to that later. And then this is probably my favorite ball that I got up there. Really always was a fan of this guy. My grandfather loved him. I want a Gold Glove ball, Brooks Robinson, and he wrote the Human Vacuum Cleaner. Brooks Robinson was the nicest guy. He stood up and took a picture with every single person, even though he's like 80 years old. And he told me a little funny story about how it took him 12 years to learn how to sign the word vacuum. So, thanks, Mr. Robinson. You got it right on my baseball. Let's see. What next? I got 4 items left, I believe, unless I missed anything. This item I absolutely love. This is only the second basketball I have in my collection, but it's easily one of my favorite pieces that I own. It turned out perfect, to say the least. Let me get some space. It is on an ABA ball. Julius Dr. Jay Irving. Absolutely beautiful autograph. I mean, this camera really doesn't do it justice. Perfect autograph. Love that piece. He was really cool. I've heard horror stories about him, but he was really nice. Same thing with this next guy. Got an old school Browns helmet here. Let me move some of these baubles. Got it on an old school Browns helmet. Mr. Jim Brown, who was also surprisingly nice. The guy shook my hand, told me thanks for coming, which is more than I've heard him really say to anybody else in line. Let's see, before I get to the last 2 pieces, Mr. Kalin. Also, Mike is a huge Tigers fan, I'm sure you guys know that went, but he told me how he had met him a few years ago and he was kind of grumpy, so I wasn't really expecting much. But I got Mr. Kalin, and he wrote Mr. Tiger in Hall of Fame 80. I know most people would say, oh, use a black Sharpie instead of a blue Sharpie. You know what? It's my item. I paid for it. Blue Sharpie fades. I don't care what you tell me on a blonde bat. Blue Sharpie fades. I've yet to have a black Sharpie fade on a blonde bat. So, yeah, I did what I want, and I'm happy with it. For these last 2 pieces, I'm going to have to take the camera off this. So bear with me. And the first one is a Dale Murphy Mitchell and Ness jersey. Wasn't really happy the way it turned out, so I may, I don't know, trade that or do something with it. I can always get Murphy again. Like I said, this was during the free VIP thing, so he wasn't doing inscriptions. And that's kind of what I really wanted him to do. And I would have signed it on the number, but it's failed and it wouldn't work well. So it didn't turn out bad, but nothing I don't know. I can get him again, so I may do that. Then this next piece, Mr. Pete Rose, who I was very excited about meeting. He was, I always, just looked at his numbers and, I have a few of his cards and just, always kind of respected the guy. And just let me say that the autograph turned out perfect. I mean, I can't be more pleased with the way the autograph itself turned out. But just a little story, and I'll wrap this up. While I'm in line for Pete Rose or whatever, I have this Sharpie that I wanted to be used. Because we're paying good money for these autographs. And I don't know if sometimes athletes forget that. I'm not looking for much. I don't even care if you say thanks. Just look me in the eye. If you say thanks, that's a bonus. and just sign the piece and act like you want to be there, I guess. It's not really that hard to ask. But Pete Rose, first off, he asked me, why do you want me to sign it in this pen? And I said, Mr. Rose, I just trying it out. I thought it might work well, which it did, by the way. So he signs it, and you can tell he signed a few of these jerseys because he had it really down pat. But as he's handing it back to me, he looks me in the eyes and goes, you should really let the people who do this for a living decide what pen to use. And when Pete Rose tells you that, it really just, I don't know, it almost made me just not even want to have the jersey anymore. But because it turned out so nice, I really can't, I don't know. I'm just kind of torn about it. But, yeah, Pete Rose was a dick. I hope he never gets in the Hall of Fame after that. Could have just been having a bad day. And I'm sure I'll probably feel different about this in about a year maybe once I forget a little bit. I don't know, maybe he was just pissed that the autograph turned out so well. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bear with me, 11 minutes. Cards recap coming up soon. Peace.